Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Trigg, Building Principal. The following video is expectations we lay out for all Spartans to be successful. Let's have a great 2021-2022 school year. I'd like to introduce my administration team here at Southeast High School. First, we have Mrs. O'Connor. She is the freshman guidance assistant principal. Next, we have Mrs. Metz. She is the sophomore's guidance assistant principal. We have Miss LaDonna Lewis. She is the 11th grade guidance dean. And then Mr. Durrett, the 12th grade assistant principal. Then in the student office, we have Mr. Bryant Sanders. He'll be the discipline principal for students with the last names M through Z. And then our administrative intern is Mr. Lauber. He'll be the discipline dean for all students, last names A through L.
The following slide is your graduation requirements. Everybody pay attention to the right-hand column, as we need 26 total credits. You need 6 credits to be a sophomore, 12 to be a junior, and 19 to become a senior. The regular school day goes from 8:24 to 3:17. On Wednesdays, we have a 1-hour early out every Wednesday from 8:24 to 2:17. If you have a 0-hour class, your class starts at 7:15. You will enter through the Taylor Street doors. For a regular school day, the doors open at 7:50. Students can go to the commons, the courtyard, or the cafeteria until the 8:10 bell. At the 8:10 bell, you can access your lockers. Everyone must be out of the building at 3:30 unless you are in an activity or are serving a detention. Clothing that exposes the leg above mid-thigh, you must wear leggings, tights, or shorts underneath to cover the skin. Leggings, tights, or yoga pants worn must be covered with a top or a shirt that covers the buttocks. Spiked apparel, accessories, or chains that can be used as weapons are prohibited. Clothing with ragged hems or cut-off hemlines shall not be worn. Shorts, dresses, and skirts must be longer than your fingertips when held at your side. Short dresses and skirts that are shorter than your fingertips must have tights or leggings on underneath. Pants, shorts, and skirts must be worn at the waist. No sagging. Here are some examples of prohibited t-shirts. Do not wear anything that has alcohol or marijuana. Basically, if you have to question whether or not you should wear it to school, don't wear it. Tanks, spaghetti straps, and racerback tops must be covered with another article of clothing. Clothing that exposes the chest, showing cleavage, midriff, or abdomen shall not be worn in the building. Transparent or fishnet fabric is not allowed. Pajama pants, slippers, or shoes with wheels attached to the bottom should not be worn in the building. Shoelaces should be tied. This is for your own safety. You should not wear hats, caps, bandanas, or hoods of any kind in the school building. When you hit the door at the Taylor Street lobby, please take those things off. Sunglasses and sweatbands shall not be worn either. Large purses, book bags, or sport packs must be kept in your lockers. Once again, this is for a safety reason, so please do not bring those to class. Piercing jewelry, other than earrings worn in the ear, shall not be worn in the building. Coats and jackets shall not be worn in the building without principal permission. Tattoos, by their content, violate any of the provisions of the student dress code must be covered at all times while students are on school property and or in attendance at school-sponsored activities. Any student who receives a dress code referral must correct the violation before returning to class. If the issue cannot be corrected, then the student will be removed from the class until a clothing change can be made. The following disciplinary options may be used for dress code violations. Tardies. Student is considered tardy if they are not in the classroom when the bell rings. Administration will have tardy stations set up at set locations in the hallways. Students tardy to class will go to this tardy station closest to their classroom for the period to be processed. Students will be given a pass to class by an administrator. Administrator will record processed tardies on a tardy spreadsheet, which will be updated daily. Consequences for tardies will be assigned by an administrator based on the discipline continuum. For truancies, first hour. After 8:30, students will report to the Commons area. The BBSS coordinator and the parent educator will track truancies. Administrators will issue consequences. For periods 2 through 7, any student who is more than 5 minutes late to class will be considered truant. Those students will report to the student office and be given a pass to in-house. Students will be assigned the following consequences for being truant. The parents are to call the attendance office if you are going to be absent. If your parents fail to call about your absence, you will be considered unexcused. Illness, death in the family, religious holiday, and emergency at home are excused absences. If you need an early dismissal, please have your parents call the attendance office. Otherwise, you will be considered unexcused and you'll have a closed campus violation if you leave without your parents calling the attendance offices. Except in the case of out-of-school suspension or expulsion, all absences from class or school other than those previously defined as excused shall be considered as unexcused. Electronic devices. Students will be allowed to listen to music and text on electronic devices anywhere in the building throughout the day in common areas. These common areas include the hallways, the cafeteria, the commons, the courtyard. However, students must abide by individual teachers' rules regarding electronic devices in their classrooms. Students will be allowed to wear only one earbud or Bluetooth device when listening to electronic devices. Students will not be allowed to talk, these are active phone calls, FaceTime, or show videos and or record on their phone in these common areas. Videoing for any reason is never allowed. Students will only be allowed to talk on electronic devices, phones, anywhere in the building before the 8:10 bell, during lunch, or after school. During lunchtime, students are allowed to talk, text on electronic devices in the cafeteria, the courtyard, and the commons. The return to the one earbud use continues when they enter the academic building. Consequences will be issued to students refusing to respect electronic device policies. Smoking is not allowed on school grounds and adjacent to school grounds. Smoking includes tobacco products, paraphernalias, lookalikes, and e-cigarettes. There will also be no vaping or juuling on school grounds. The parent or guardian will be contacted if you are caught doing this. Hall conduct. Only one earbud or Bluetooth device may be used to listen to music during passing periods. No active phone calls, FaceTime, showing of videos, or recording. No backpacks except before or after school in the hallways. Those who are allowed will have a tag on their bag. Walk on the right side of the hallway. Do not stand in groups in the hallway during passing periods, including outside of your classroom door. Use appropriate language. No cursing. No running in the hallways. No PDA. Students must have a pass when in the hallway during the academic hour. If you do not have a pass during the academic hour, you will be escorted back to your classroom. Students are not allowed in the hallway the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of each class period. Please show respect while you are in the hallway. Lockers. Use your own. Do not share lockers. Anything inappropriate found in your locker will be assumed to be yours. Do not give out your combination. Do not preset your locks. Your locker is the property of the school and can be searched at any time. Poor reason to search. Go to the student office if you have locker problems. The student parking lot is located in the southeast parking lot by Eisenhower Pool. Must have a valid southeast student parking permit properly displayed. Lock your doors. If someone is in your spot, please let the main office know. If you park anywhere other than your assigned spot, your vehicle will be towed. Books. If you lose or abuse them, you will be charged. If you drop a class, return the book to the teacher or guidance office. Lost and found is located in the student office. Remember, we scan out books now so we know if they're yours. Serious acts of misconduct. A firearm, weapons, look-alike toy or fake handgun, gang-related activity, severe fighting, stealing, misuse of electronic devices, drug activity, sexual harassment, threats of any sort, and bullying. These are all serious acts of misconduct. Consequences will involve in-house and or out-of-school suspension, school interventions and or interventions by law enforcement. Actions may be by the Board of Education and or the District Student Review Committee.
All students are required to wear a mask while in the building. Bandanas cannot be used as a face covering. If you arrive to school with COVID-19 symptoms, you should wait in the main entrance lobby until seen by the nurse or a school administrator. If you become quarantined at home, please make sure to check your class Canvas pages daily for assignments. Hey students, here are some examples of how you wear your mask correctly as well as incorrectly.
Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep.
Spartans, make sure you're doing your homework every night, get involved with clubs or athletics, and let's have a great 2021-2022 school year. Go Spartans!